Hey, everybody. So I'm Tanya Smith, and apparently I've been talking way too much. I am excited that I get a chance to be here with you. This is Stream Like a Boss TV, and this is our latest episode. And tonight we're going to talk a little bit about something called suggested shorts. It's a new feature in TubeBuddy. So if you haven't heard of TubeBuddy, we're going to do a little slight introduction to what that app is and what it does. But I really want to focus on suggested shorts. And we're going to dive into a few tips and pointers on actually how you can really leverage shorts. Now, I'm going to be as transparent as possible. And I'll share with you that I hardly have done shorts, but I've been doing more reels lately and have definitely seen an increase, an uptick in a number of different metrics for my Instagram. I'm now starting to transfer some of that same skill as I'm rebuilding my knowledge around creating short videos, because I used to do this with the Snack Size Marketing podcast, for those of you who remember. I am now starting to really get to hone in on the power of shorts, TikTok, and some of the other spaces. Specifically for me, Reels is going to be the focus, but some of the stuff we're going to talk about with the suggested shorts topic, I think will be relevant to you no matter which of the short video content platforms you're on. So look, if you don't know anything about our show, I want you to go and take a peek at streamlikeaboss.tv. That's where you'll find our schedule and you'll find out more information about us. I need to say hello to a few friends. Look at my friends. These are my brothers right here. Learn live streaming with John Lacey, who's going to be one of our special guests in the month of April. That's next month. So I'm super excited, John, for you coming on. And Dan Roth, who, by the way, just got his what? First standing ovation. Super. Look, we got to give you some kudos on that, bro, because that's amazing and awesome. And I'm so proud of you. So I want to tell you thank you. Yes, and thanks for watching on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, wherever you are. If you're here, if this is the first time that you've ever watched our show, I want you to type in hashtag newbie. If you've been with us for some time, I want you to type in hashtag OG. We're broadcasting on multiple platforms right now. This is our normal time that we go live each and every week on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And what I love to do is to talk about how you as a service business can leverage live streaming content so that you can build your brand, so that you can serve more people, stand out, and sell more of your services. So I'm super excited that you're here. I want to say hello to one of our newbies. Let me just switch on over real quick here. Thank you so much, Miss Gwen Finley in the house. Hooray. We want to just give you a little hooray and tell you thank you for coming. As a matter of fact, let me see.
Stream like a boss.
Yes, we're here to stream like a boss. And look, that's really the focus of this whole entire show, is to help you to learn how to do more with live streaming content. So look, we're going to dive into the shorts thing. It's not specifically related to live streaming content, but guess what? It can be, and I'm going to talk to you about just how. I'm also going to share a few of our amazing tools that we've been using besides TubeBuddy that I think you'll get into. This is not fully scripted out because I want to be flexible and to make sure that I'm responding to you and to your questions. Hey, Michelle, wonderful to see you in the house. Awesome. And I know that means OG, but look at what you typed. Yes, ma'am. It's good to see you. All right. On the other side of this intro video, I'll be right back and we're going to talk a little bit about this suggested shorts thing, and I will pull up a demo so we can look at it together. I haven't played with it all the way because I wanted to save that for you. So let's play with it and see what we come up with. I have a few thoughts already with some initial work on using it. But I'm also going to share with you some alternatives because I don't think that it's fully fleshed out. I think it can give you some ideas, but you'll see what I mean in a second. So go grab yourself a notepad and a pen and a drink of water, or whatever your favorite drink of the evening might be, or morning, depending on where you are, because people like John are overseas, not in the US. So I want to make sure that I'm able to, yes, and Michelle, I'll share with you exactly where to find this in your TubeBuddy because it's rolling out and I'll show you where it is, but it's a little hidden. So let's come back and see it in just a minute. All right? All right. See you on the other side of this video. Alrighty, folks, so here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about this whole concept of TubeBuddy suggested shorts. And I'm also going to, besides giving you my own personal thoughts and a real-time reaction to what we see, I'm going to also share with you some other ideas and thoughts about shorts in general. And not just shorts from a YouTube standpoint, but also as it relates to short form video content in other spaces. I want to talk to you about that as well. So I'm going to watch for your comments. Feel free to add any questions if you have questions or comments. I love that John has already had his morning coffee. Now he's on to the peppermint tea at this point. I get you. I love it. And peppermint tea is great for stomach. It's great for stomach issues. I love it, and I'm going to lead us into a full screen because I'm going to show you that I've actually pulled this up. As a matter of fact, I'm going to shut it down so I can show you how to get there, Michelle, since I know you were struggling with finding it in your TubeBuddy. So let's switch on over to my full screen. I think I can do that right here. All right. So what you're going to be looking for when you're trying to locate suggested shorts. And you know what? Before I even do this, let me talk a little bit about what this is about. Why should you even care that we're going to talk about suggested shorts first? Suggested shorts, whenever you are creating reels, TikToks, any type of short form video content, so YouTube shorts, one of the most time-consuming problems or challenges, I'm not going to say a problem, but it's a challenge because it takes a lot of time, is that you're taking, for instance, for me, I take my live streams, which tend to be somewhere around 45 minutes or so. I take that live stream and I have to find time stamps. So what a timestamp is it's the beginning of some logical saying or phrase, something that I want to clip and turn into a short, okay, or a reel or a TikTok. It's something that I want to clip that is not catching me in the middle of a sentence, but it's actually a full sentence or a full phrase and an easily consumable idea. So that's what I'm doing from a live streaming perspective is oftentimes I'm looking at my live stream videos and I'm looking for ways to create shorts, clips from the live stream, from the longer video. Now, if you're in another situation where you're actually just creating these things from scratch, so you're picking up your phone and you're actually recording from your phone, that's a little bit of a different beast, okay? Because you can really time it in such a way, time what you're recording in such a way that it's capturing your entire idea in that 30 seconds, 15 seconds, or 60 seconds, whatever it is you're doing, right? But when it comes to, yes, thank you. John said it so eloquently. A complete idea is what we're talking about, right? So it's a complete idea that you're trying to capture from your clips. But the biggest or toughest, most time-consuming issue is finding that clip in a 45-minute video. Like, which spaces do you want to cut out and turn into these high-value idea spaces? I need to fix that. I see something is popping up a lot, my little bot thing, so I'll fix that. But yes, and I love what John is saying again. A complete idea in 59 seconds or fewer is the trick, and that is the trick. That is the trick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now share with you the suggested shorts tool, but I wanted you to understand the context in which we're looking at this, if that makes sense. Okay, so here we go. Let's switch on over to a shared screen and you'll be able to actually see the screen. And if you do have questions as we go, I want you to definitely put those into the comments and let me know. Now, what I'm going to do next is, oh, and that's a great question. So Gwen asked, and I'll show you this in just a second, Gwen. So Gwen said, are you only able to do that from a previously recorded YouTube video? So when it comes to this TubeBuddy suggested shorts feature, the answer is yes. You can only do this from something that is already in YouTube. It's already been played, because otherwise it has no content to pull from, right? So you can't have one that you've just uploaded and you're having it sit there as a draft. At least I don't think so. The intent is that you're using video clips, you're taking video clips from existing videos on YouTube. So we're going to test this thing out. And yes, thank you for mentioning that as well. TubeBuddy itself, I'm going to share with you what it is in just a second. I want to show you what it is. But if you have the browser Chrome, so not Safari at this time, but if you're using the Chrome browser, it is an extension that you can use. And let me double check. I'll have to double check and see if TubeBuddy actually has any other type of extension. I've never really looked to see, but I think it is only for Chrome. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And you'll actually see a link inside of my description for this video that you're watching right now. But you'll notice, you may not be able to notice it because I've cut off part of the screen, but they have been really promoting this new suggested shorts feature. It's at the very bottom. You just can't see it because of my banner there. But when you install this, you can use the free version or you can use one of their paid plans. My understanding is that the suggested shorts feature is part of the paid plans at this time. So I will tell you right off the bat that I have the Legend plan. So the Legend plan is what I'm using, but I do believe it's also available for the Pro. And there used to be something called a Star plan as well, which is a little even cheaper than this. It's like a one-time price or once a year price of like $20 or something. But I don't see that available right here. You may see it if you sign up. I think they'll show it and reveal it to you as an option after you do a trial. So moving along, when you're in TubeBuddy, so once you've installed the Chrome extension, you're now going to see on your YouTube channel that you have this little red rectangle up here at the upper right, okay? And what it typically will do when you click on it is it's going to open up a number of different tools that are inside of TubeBuddy. Now, I'm not going to speak to all the different tools that they have in here, but there are a lot. And depending on the plan that you choose, you can get more features versus less. But specifically, I want to show you the suggested shorts feature since that's what we're talking about tonight. Now, you'll notice, and Michelle, to your question earlier, you don't see the suggested shorts here. I'm going to show you where you will see it, though. The reason why I haven't a video open that we've already published, I opened it as though I were going to edit it. Once I opened it to edit this video, I now have a tab that's over here. And you know what? I'm probably going to have to show a really big full screen. Let's do that. I'm going to do that and move out my overlay here in a second. Give me just 1 second and I'll do it. I'm going to switch out this little image. We're going to duplicate it. And we're going to do a full screen share so that you can really see everything that I'm seeing so I can really show you where this is, okay? So let's switch this over. Okay, hold on 1 second for me. I'm going to blow that up. And I'm going to let it replace me. Look, we're doing this in real time. But this is fun. You're able to do this kind of thing when it comes to Ecamm Live. It allows you to do all kinds of fun stuff. So I'm going to move this on top of my camera there. We're just going to work with that right now because I didn't have this set up as a screen, but I want you to see the whole thing because now you can see that there is a tab on the right. See this where I am? Okay. So there's a little tab on the right. And that tab, when you click on it, this is where you're going to see suggested shorts. So Michelle, I want you to go take a look and see if you see it there and see if you can find suggested shorts. But it's hidden, isn't it? Didn't it take a minute for me to get there? I was kind of like looking all over the place, and I finally figured out where it was, which was a little odd. Now, I'm going to also show you a couple of other really quick things. Hold on. Before I do that, okay. What you'll see, I'm not trying to give feedback to Google. That's not what we want. We're just going to open this up. Okay, so suggested shorts. When you click on it, if you're inside of the video that you want to pull the short from, what it will do, this is designed using AI, because what isn't these days? Everything's using artificial intelligence in some way, shape, or form. And I'm still going to have to switch over, aren't I? Let me find us another scene where I can really make sure to show the full screen here. All right. We're going to pull... Yeah, I should have had this ready for you, but I didn't. But that's okay. We operate on the fly sometimes. Okay, so I'm going to pull that and make that just a full screen right there. And then I'll still want to make sure that I'm here with you. So what I will do here is switch this out. We're going to make that into a little tiny circle so that it's not wide. Not a square. I'm trying to pull this one. Come on, Tanya. Okay, there we go. Squircle. I'm going to make myself a little smaller. And I'm going to make sure I get all of this in here for you. I promise you. Just give me a second and I will make it work. So what I'm trying to do is to basically ensure that you have the full version of this scene, and I don't know why it's not letting me move myself. I don't want to lock myself. How about I'm going to move myself out of the way? How about that? We'll do that. Okay. So in here, let me just go ahead and get you through the suggested shorts piece so that you know exactly what's going on. And we'll lock this so it doesn't move. Okay. We're in shape. When you go into your short, your suggested shorts is pulling automatically using artificial intelligence. It's finding a space in your video that it thinks would be an ideal clip for you. Now, one of the things I was hoping for, I did not see. And this is why I was saying I want to share with you some other tools too. And to your point, Michelle, you mentioned, yeah, this is what you liked about Content Fries, that you get to choose on the transcript specifically what you want to clip. So the thing is, there's power in using all of these different types of tools. You don't have to use just one. We have so many things at our disposal these days that this is just yet another tool. I would tell you, in my opinion, it's not going to be the only one that you ever use to create clips, but it can be a time saver. The reason why I say that is because notice it's only giving me one little teeny tiny clip from this 1 hour and 12-minute video. And it pulled it based on where it saw that I had high retention. So there was a point in the video a little bit after the first hour where there was high retention. And so it pulled that clip for me. And if I begin to play this video, it's going to play it at the exact spot that it's suggesting as a clip. But it's only giving me one. Now it's also pulling at the same time, you'll notice, several suggestions from other videos. And great question. I'll answer that in a second, Michelle. It's pulling other videos as well and giving me suggestions or ideas. What I thought was interesting about that is that some of these are really short videos. Like this right here is a testimonial that's about 8 minutes. And so it pulled 1 minute and 4 seconds to 1 minute and 19 seconds and said, hey, this is your best clip from here. But something I noticed when I tried the other day to pull suggestions from a 10-minute video, it said, sorry, I don't have anything for you. I don't know where the best point in this video would be. So I thought that was kind of interesting, and I did not realize that it would even pull super short videos like that testimonial you just saw. I didn't realize it was going to do that because it didn't do it for my 10-minute. So I think there's still some wonkiness potentially here with the suggested shorts feature, and maybe it's just going to be time that will tell whether or not this is going to improve. But there were some suggestions in a few of these clips that I saw that I thought, hey, I would use that. But the key to this is what I want you to take away from this whole suggested shorts thing is it's intended to help you to save time by pulling out an ideal space or an ideal clip from your video. To your question, Michelle, yes, it is horizontal because these are horizontal videos, right? So these horizontal videos on YouTube are what it's pulling from. It's not going to create a vertical for you. That's why I'm going to show you the next thing I'm about to show you, right? But the number one thing that it does do, I think, well, is based on the algorithm, based on the AI, looking into where you actually had higher retention and where there may be something of value that people stayed for and they appreciated. It's going to pull that piece of content and give you a short enough clip that you can then go and create something from. It's going to say, hey, this is your starting point. Now, let me give you a heads up on why I think that's a good thing, even though it's only pulling one, which is frustrating to me. But it's pulling one clip, that one thing, that one space or time that we can use. I'm going to show you, yes, I'm going to show you Repurpose IO. Now, I don't have Repurpose IO anymore. I do have it, but I'm not subscribing to it at the current time. It's only because I don't need to, because I have other tools that do something similar, but it is an excellent tool and it's very popular and it has longevity, okay? And I know the founder and he's a really good guy. So Repurpose IO, I wanted to pull this up to show you the power of knowing where these clips are. If I did not know, and initially I didn't know, when I used to try to go into my longer videos and figure out where I wanted to create a clip, I would literally have to sit there and go through and find a specific time in the video where I think I might have said something good and rewind it and forward it and whoop, right there, stop, okay? And then find that specific time and then calculate out how long, I could go before I get cut off or I'm in the middle of a sentence or whatever. And the timestamps are really relevant if you're using a tool like this, because when you create timestamps for your video, they're also called chapters in YouTube. When you create these timelines, these mini timelines of spaces that you think are relevant that you want to point out, so the chapters in your YouTube video, what you're doing is you're typing in the timestamps into your description for your video, and a tool like Repurpose will automatically find every point where you created a timestamp, and now it's going to automatically create clips for you based on your timestamps. So if you're using something like Repurpose, this is a gem because you now have some idea as to where your timestamps are going to be and where they're going to start and end, and you can pop those into your video description, and then Repurpose is going to find it and end up clipping it right at the point where it needs to clip it. Now, another tool that you can also use timestamps with is called, oh, John, I did not program Streamlabs to say that. That is weird. but I like I like your note. So let me pop this up. John said, some of the best success I've had on YouTube is going back to former lives and adding proper captions and timestamps with meaningful titles. But it takes a long time. So anything that you can find, any type of tool or platform that is going to help you to save that time, So you don't have to spend hours going through an entire hour-long video to find where your timestamp should be. Any tool that's going to do that is saving you time. So I want you to kind of think about that. That's the reason why I wanted to share with you the suggested shorts. But again, going back to suggested shorts, you can only see, I only see one little tiny clip in here of a whole hour and 12-minute video, right? Now that may be more relevant if I'm doing something like this one, I think was a 26-minute video or a 10-minute video, right? So it'll find that one clip. Usually out of a 45-minute video or so, I can probably find about anywhere from 6 to 10 different points that I want to turn into clips. So you can find a lot of material depending on the content that you're sharing and the length of the video that you've created. That's why I think suggested shorts is nice, and it's giving me one idea that I can use, but I need more. I need something to really cut down on all this time spent chopping up a long video. Now, you can outsource these things. There are companies that you can outsource to. I've actually spoken to one recently that some of you know. One of them is called story.co, STORYY. They had two Y's because they said they couldn't get story, STORY. But story.co, they actually will take your longer videos and clip them into short videos for you. Another company is called Repurpose House. There's several companies that do this work. There are several people that I know that are in the process of creating businesses from repurposing long videos into short clips. Right now, I think I own about 5 or 6 different platforms that will help me to do that. PicStory, which is owned by PictoChart, PIKTO. Content Fries, which I'll show you in a second. I used to have Repurpose.io. I've got several. ClipScribe is another one that you might want to look into. So there's several that will create these short clips, but you still have to do the work of telling them, hey, here's where I want you to start the clip. So you really want to kind of experiment in finding ways to shorten that amount of time that it's taking for you to do that. So something like suggested shorts is a great start because it's giving you that one idea for a clip from your video that will be really relevant and is a place where you had good retention. Okay, and yes, it is time consuming. What's up, Tana? So lit said, I don't know which part you're saying on. And John said, it's time consuming for sure. Yes, it takes a lot of work to do this repurposing thing, but it is definitely doable. And if you have process and systems, and that's something I'm working on right now, is systematizing the way in which I'm doing my repurposing, because I'm doing some things very different from before. So let's talk about Content Fries. I'm going to share that with you real fast here. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull up my regular screen. And so Content Fries is a really handy tool. The one thing I will tell you about it, they had a lifetime deal. I don't think they still do, but the lifetime deal was just awesome. And I picked it up at that time, and I encouraged other people to pick it up too. Now I think they're on a monthly subscription, which is still fairly affordable. But they're also in the process of changing some things, some features, and the way that they're doing using their dashboard. I'm going to show you the old or current way. And you'll probably see, if you don't have Content Fries now and you get it at some point, you'll see that they have a version 2.0 or 3.0 or something like that too. I'm going to show you one of the videos that I've pulled up that I've already imported so that you can kind of get a feel for what you do here when it's time for you to find those timestamps. So here's the beauty of using something like Content Fries or even Descript, okay? A lot of people use Descript. If you use either one of those type of tools, this is what I really love about the whole idea of finding timestamps. Instead of me sitting there and having to watch and listen to my entire video all over again, like it would be after this video right now, let me tell you old school, this is how it used to work. Old school was me getting on camera, doing my live stream, and then a couple hours later, I'm sitting there and I'm looking like this, and I'm going through and I'm listening to myself and I'm trying to find timestamps. New school, and this is what I like about this, is that I can go through the transcript itself. After I've imported the video, I go through the transcript and say, okay, so this looks like it's a good phrase. I want to turn this into a fry. Because remember, it's called content fries. Whoever came up with that name. Okay, so you create a new fry, right, from this. Now, one of the powerful things about it is when you select the words and it creates that clip, it's going to tell you over here, depending on what you've actually, I know, right? It's going to tell you over here, he said so many carbs, fries, potatoes. If you chose a particular type of video that you want to create, so I have it automatically set to create Instagram vertical clips because I'm a Reels person. Like that's what I do. So typically I'm trying to create a reel that's 60 seconds or less. So if that's the case, what this allows you to do down here, you can see it's giving you different options and versions of clips that you can create. So you can create a horizontal version or you can create a vertical version. You can have one that's longer, one that's shorter, but I always just have mine set on this, right? So what will happen is I've selected this as my fry. I can go in here and I can say, you know what? I want to take out this phrase right here. I don't want that part. So I'll remove that and it creates a clip for me based on what I've selected. And not only does it create one clip for me, but I can go through this whole transcript fairly quickly, much easier than me listening to it. I can go through this and pick out several clips and add them all over here on the side. Now, I'm not going to do that for sake of time tonight, but I will show you some that are completed. So once I've now let me show you something that is also magical. Watch this. So if I create, let's say I'm like, oh, I want all 3 of those paragraphs, create a new fry. It's like, oh, wait a minute. It's red because it's saying this is more than 60 seconds. You said you just wanted 60 seconds, but you just created one that's 1 minute and 14 seconds. I know, Gwen, it's the bomb, right? All right. So I'm saying, let me tell y'all why I'm showing you all of this, because you probably just anticipated I was going to talk about suggested shorts, which, yeah, I could talk about that, but there's not a lot to it yet, in my opinion. There's one hot clip that you can pull from that. So great, start there. But you're going to want to have a way to really optimize your clips. You're going to want to have a way that you can take your longer video that you're creating. If you're doing live streaming like me, like John, like several other people that are here, you want a way to have multiple clips. And I don't see that yet in TubeBuddy's suggested shorts. Maybe that's something they're going to do in the future. Maybe not. Maybe they just want to give you that one powerful clip, which is great. So I would start there, get the one clip that they're recommending, but then you need a tool like this content fries that I'm showing with you, because I think that this is going to really kind of change the game for you. So I get to do this and then I can say, okay, wait a minute. It's over a minute. So I'm going to just remove this part from the fry. And now I'm back in my green. So I'm in my happy place. So I can create all these different clips. I just keep creating them in content fries, and notice how they're stacking up over here. So I can create as many as I want to. And then when I'm ready to publish, what will happen is I can now go into, I took it from a potato, I sliced it into fries. Again, I know it's so dumb, but it's working. I'm going to turn it into now a published clip. So let me give you some ideas of what I've done, some that I've done. This one has been done because it's green. So now what will happen is, I don't like that one, how it's starting. Okay. Now what will happen is it will take that video and I can either contain it and keep it as a horizontal version and then just use a template. Here, I'm going to give you a better one. I don't like this one for this. Let's see. Let's do this one that's not already done. Okay. Oh, this is my boy, DJ Strick in the house. Okay. So I could create this. I could say, hey, I want to use a different template. I want to use something that's vertical, but give it to me with a different flair, right? There's all kinds of different templates you can use, and you can convert. Yep, that is DJ Strick. You can convert them based on the template that you choose. You can use a square version. So I'm going to show you what a square version will look like. Let's say I'm going to add, I just want to use an Instagram video that's a square. So I'm going to change this just so you can kind of see the power of the different templates in here. There's a lot to it. The templates are totally customizable, but it will take a little bit of time. In my opinion, it's kind of a bear. Let me find one that's already done so that y'all are not sitting here watching this process. I have some that are squares from way back. I just have to think about which ones. Let me pull this one. Yeah, because this one has two. So this one has a vertical and it has a square. Okay. So what I used in this case, I'm going to unlink that. I used a video clip and I used it as a horizontal version, and I used a template that I easily created. When you create the templates, John, to your question, what you're going to do over here is you could either choose from one that you've already created, which I created a bunch when I first started using this. You can use one that they've created. So they have several, okay, over here. And by choosing them, let me show you what it might look like. You can preview what it looks like. Oh yeah, I'll give you that answer in just a second. Well, it's not showing me the preview there. Let's just use it. Sure, load it. I'll show you what it looks like with their template. You can pull all kinds of different shenanigans with this thing. Okay, for some reason it's not working properly, like it's not pulling their exact template, but I'll show you what it does. So it had that version. It also has a square version in here. And when I initially got Content Fries, I made a lot of these. I was using these for Instagram post, but now because vertical is really more of the popular version of short version or short content for videos, I don't use the square as much anymore. I try to take up the full real estate of the mobile phone because that's where people are really looking at these reels. I try to take up the full real estate of that, but I did like the streamlined look of the square. But you can do either one. The point being that I want you to notice something over here on the right. Remember I was talking about your transcript and how you can copy and paste from it? Well, it also then converts this into captions for you. So it converted the transcript, the copied words that you saw me select and highlight, converted that into captions that will then play underneath the video. So all of that becomes a part of this ready to publish video clip. You get so much more when you add other types of platforms that are really dedicated to doing this than you will just with suggested shorts. That's really the main point that I wanted to make here. I did not anticipate going into doing a Content Fries demo, but it came up for me because I felt like I needed to show you what I meant when I didn't want to just throw out there, hey, you can do more with this. I wanted you to see that there are tools that will let you do more, that will let you find your clips and be able to create something amazing from them. Even if you start with suggested shorts off the top, just as here's my one clip that I know I want, and then you go find the other clips that you want. But the biggest concern or challenge that I have had is something you probably always think of too, which is time. When it comes to creating video, when it comes to repurposing your video, when it comes to doing anything with content, it takes time. So the more ways you can find to streamline how you're converting your clips from longer videos, the better life is going to be for you. So John asked a question, how customizable are the templates, which I think I answered that. And they're pretty customizable. Like I've pulled in my own images. They have different fonts built into Content Fries. You can use whatever your colors are. So the full, arrangement of hex codes and all of that for colors, you can do it fully branded however you want. And you can do so with vertical. What you do is you basically create a template and then you save that template as the one that you're going to copy and use for the rest of your stuff and just spice it up a little bit every now and then and change them up. But I love the templates that I created in there that were the square version. And now I got to recreate those into a vertical version. So that's kind of a pain. And I'll show you like a couple of them that I've done, John, so you can get a feel for what I'm saying. Let's see. Here's one that I created. And I just built these myself. But you can have someone design some. I just used Canva and I used a mock-up studio that I had access to. You can use whatever type of templates you want, but see how cool that is? So I need to use more of these. I don't know why I'm not using them right now. That's me finding stuff that I had and haven't been using, but you can do all kinds of really fun stuff with these. Here's another one, and this is my last one that I'll show. But now that becomes a social media post for you, right? I just need to recreate these into vertical view because I like the way that these square were looking, and I haven't done so with the other ones. Yeah, I would definitely do that. I would do that. Give them a try with the 7-day trial. I even have an affiliate link, so I'm more than happy to share that with you, or just, go directly to Content Fries. Yeah. And I just messed up my little comment bar, so I'll fix that in a second. But yeah, it's okay to be a bit of a control freak because I am too, John. The thing I like about something like a Content Fries is that it allows me to do that because I can have control over what clips I'm putting into the social post. I have control over how it looks. I have control over whether or not it's going to take out the ums and the ahs. It does all of that in Content Fries, just like it does in Descript. It's just a different way in which you're making that happen. But there is a filler remover. So the filler words are the ums and ahs and, things that we say that we really don't mean to say while we're speaking on camera. It will remove all of that too. So I was going to say, from a time-saving perspective, I like suggested shorts for that one clip and for it suggesting that there's other videos I have that have that one magical clip that I can pull. But I would still pair it with something else. If you're going to be using different tools to help you to convert your longer videos, your live stream, for instance, which is what I do, into multiple pieces of video, then you really need something that's going to help you with that time stamping process to make that easier. Descript will do similarly and much more than Content Fries. It will pull the entire transcript from your video and you'll be able to highlight pieces from that and turn those into clips. I just think that Content Fries has been such a blessing, first of all, because I got the lifetime deal. Hey. But secondly, because I like how easy it's been for me to create these nice templates that I can put together and pull, into a social post. And once you publish them, it can publish what they call a bulk export of all different types of sizes. So if you created a vertical and a horizontal and you have one that's super long and you have one that's short, it will export all of those into a folder for you so that you can pull them and use them in different spaces of your social. You can schedule them out however you choose. So I like that. Yes. Okay, John, you're getting ready to get into a whole different conversation that we actually have been having inside of Stream Bosses Academy. So it's interesting that you said that. Let me answer this question first that you asked, and I'm going to also fix this because I don't know what I just did there. It's a hot mess. Let's try to pull that up again. Yeah, I just messed that all up, didn't I? I'm so sorry. Okay. What kind of export options does it give you is what you asked without me playing around with that. Let me just do it this way. How about that? What kind of export options does it give you? Just video or SRT file as well? So I don't believe at this time that it will export your SRT file. I could be wrong on that though, because I've noticed something. I don't think it's really intended to content fries, that is. I don't think it's intended to really export your SRT file, your subcat or subtitles and captions. I don't think it's intended to do that. I don't know of a time that I've done that, and I've had this for some time. Now they're creating a next level version of their dashboard, so maybe it'll be part of that. My guess is they're going to have some type of AI integrated in that too, because who doesn't, right? But we'll see if they change that. Right now, the most important thing that you can get from it would be your video export. So exporting either the vertical or the horizontal clips and all the different time spans that you choose. So if you chose to do a 5-minute clip, you can export that. If you chose to do a 30-second or 60-second, like I typically do, you can export that. But you have a lot of control over the timing and over what you're including in the clip and over how it looks. Oh, there was one other thing I wanted to show you that I didn't show you. You kind of saw that with the first pieces that I showed you, in that because those horizontal clips don't really, in my experience, they don't really convert as well on Reels. Let me show you the difference. So you saw the square one that I just showed you earlier, but watch what happens. This is something that you can do if you are creating a vertical clip from a horizontal live stream. And let me go back and show you this real fast again. So what I did here, it's a great face. Not really though. What I did right here is I have a template that is called a cover template. And so it automatically blew up my horizontal video, this horizontal video right here. It blew that up. And that way I don't have to worry about using horizontal because I'm taking up the full screen with my face. But what this requires is that when you're recording your video, then you want to make sure you have a very clean horizontal recording where you're centered well, so that if you're going to convert your video later on into a vertical clip, it doesn't have a bunch of banners going across your face, comments going across your face. So you have to kind of think strategically about how you're recording your live stream so that you can get a clean version when you do use the cover versus the contain size. See the difference? This cover version works better on spaces like TikTok instead of having the small rectangle. It just does, because people want to see the entire face. Like if you've got too much jewelry, if you've got too much accessories, I'm calling all this accessories. If you've got too much of this stuff going on, they're not as likely to look at it. Or for the platform to show it. That's what I found. I found that most of my really pretty videos don't show well on short video platforms. The ones that have my face where people can relate and interact seem to do better. You'll have to test on your own space and with your own audience and see if that's the same for you. But that has definitely been something I've discovered. Okay, what else? Did anybody have questions on content fries or suggested shorts? Repurpose, like I said, is really a good option for you, but repurpose doesn't give you the ability to go and easily find those timestamps, at least not to my knowledge, not that I know of. However, repurpose does a whole lot of other things. It allows you to automatically, once you've identified the timestamps, it will automatically take those that live stream video and clip it based on where you put those timestamps in your video description. You can even add the timestamps directly in repurpose, and it will create your clips based on what you're telling it to do. But the thing is, you got to find the timestamps. So you still need a process to go and find it without having to sit there and go, okay, I'm listening to myself again for an hour. What else do we need to tell you or share with you? I think that is the gist of it. Is Content Fries a separate? Oh, I'm glad you asked that question. Yes. So I'm going to, I don't want to confuse you. And I'm really messing with my comments today. I don't know why I'm doing that. I apologize, y'all. It's been that kind of day. It's been that kind of week. Content Fries is a separate app. It is. As a matter of fact, I will put my link. Let me just put it right here. I think I have it. It should be tanyasmith.link/content fries. So I'll pop that up for you so you can get to it. Content Fries is a totally different link or app. When I'm giving you information about TubeBuddy, TubeBuddy itself is designed to do a whole lot of other things. So here's Content Fries. This should be my link, y'all. If it doesn't work, DM me and I'll tell you where to go. Oh, it really is over, John. I'm sorry. Yeah, and it's only recently that they pulled that down. So I should have done this earlier for you. I know a lot of people in our community picked it up when it had the lifetime deal because I was raving about it previously. So I'm sorry. But yes, it is the purpose of Content Fries, Gwen, is strictly to help you to repurpose your videos into other formats. That's all it does. That's what it does. That's what it's good at. The purpose of TubeBuddy, which is different. Here, I'll pull up. I think I have a TubeBuddy link right here. The purpose of TubeBuddy is to do a bunch of other things. Suggested Shorts is just one of the features that they recently added. But what TubeBuddy can do is it can help to suggest keywords. It could help you identify the best titles for your videos. It can help you with your description to make sure you have search engine optimization for your description. It can help you identify, tags that should go in your video description. So TubeBuddy is very powerful. TubeBuddy and another one is called vidIQ are pretty similar, although lately I've been using both of them. That is designed to do a lot of things on the back end of your YouTube channel, and it is specific to YouTube, so it's not for other videos. Whereas Content Fries is more of a content creation tool that helps you to create what you want from the video that you've done, right? So you're able to use that in other ways. I hope that kind of clears it up. Those are two different things. Yeah, and that's right. So John is exactly right. And he said this here. It looks like Content Fries is currently $9 to $79 USD, so US dollars per month, depending on the package you choose. But TubeBuddy gives you a bunch of different statistics. That's right. On any YouTube video you watch, it is mind-boggling. There's a lot you could do with TubeBuddy. And it's far more than something like a Content Fries, but it's just because they have a different purpose. They're both excellent tools. I use them both, plus 100 other ones. But those are really excellent tools. And TubeBuddy is one that I found to be very helpful in my toolkit because, and I'll show you real fast, of things like the Keyword Explorer. I've done other videos where I've talked about TubeBuddy, so I won't spend a lot of time on that here, but it has a whole bunch of other features, analytics. You can look up your comments there. You can find different milestones about what you're doing in your business, industry news. There's so many different things that you can do in TubeBuddy. It can help you to generate really quick and easy thumbnails. So there's a lot that you can do with this. Look, it even has a best practices checklist. So as you're going through, making sure that your videos are where they need to be, it will say, hey, did you remember to add this to a playlist? Did you add captions? So yes. Okay. Great question, which is kind of, again, another topic, but I'm going to answer this. If you created your YouTube videos through your StreamYard platform, it doesn't really matter where you create. You can create your videos wherever, however you want. If they're on YouTube, you can use TubeBuddy. And wherever you've created them, my suggestion and advice is to download that video content. Don't ever just turn over the keys to your videos to another platform and expect that they're going to take care of it like you would. In other words, when I get done tonight with this video, I will then, well, I don't have to now because I use Ecamm Live. Ecamm Live records a copy for me and stores it in a folder that I've chosen. If you don't have that because you're using StreamYard, StreamYard does have a storage space as well, but I still like to keep a local copy of my videos on my spaces, Google Drive, Dropbox, spaces like that. But I keep a local copy of my video in my computer. So if you're using StreamYard, you're going to want to pull the video off of that so that you can do the editing that we're talking about. Or if it gives you the option of being able to share a link, which I don't think it does, you could share the link from YouTube into Content Fries. And then Content Fries will say, oh, that's a YouTube video. Let me clip it for you. Where do you want this clipped? And you're going to do the whole transcript thing that you saw me do. So there are definitely lots of ways. And yes, you're right, John. I got a notice about that too, that Twitter has recently started deleting former live streams from their platform. They've told people, hey, we're removing these if they're over a certain period of time. So yeah, always keep a copy of your own content. But you can use any of this stuff with any video you've created. You just make sure you have a copy of your video. You've downloaded it and you have that so you can do whatever the heck you want with it, right? That's the important thing, is keep track of your content. That is your real estate. Put it on your real estate, rather, your online real estate. Okay. I have gone up to an hour. I've kind of rambled a little bit tonight, but I wanted to make sure to help you see the power of not only using suggested shorts, which I think is cool, but also making sure that you are using other platforms with something like suggested shorts in order to ensure that you're getting the most out of your videos. Yes, and StreamYard will let you know before they delete. I love that StreamYard and every other platform out there that does this. So StreamYard, Restream, Ecamm Live, I think EvMux, any of these platforms, they're going to give you the ability, Melon app, they're going to give you the ability for you now to be able to download a video copy and an audio copy separately. What I love about Ecamm is Ecamm not only does that, but if I'm interviewing a guest, I have settings where I will tell it, hey, I want you to record our voices separately in case later on I need to come back and have somebody fix the quality on one of those voices and then put them back together so that we sound even, because one of them was too low and one of them was too high. And it also takes a separate or an isolated, ISO is what it's called, isolated copy of each of our videos. So right now, as we speak, as I'm recording this, and you've seen all this stuff flying across the screen, and I've been screen sharing and all of that, Ecamm is actually recording just one video of me So now I can use that one video that's clean, that doesn't have borders, that doesn't have stuff flying across the screen. I can use that video to create my TikTok or my Instagram reel. How about that? So, yeah, that's something to definitely think about graduating to as you get more committed to doing live streams. I love it. Tatiana teaches, hey, hey, hey. She said, I love Ecamm. I know it is the bomb. Ecamm Live is awesome. StreamYard has now also the ability to be able to create short clips in StreamYard, which I thought was very handy. So you can actually do that right inside of StreamYard, which is amazing. Look, they're all trying to outdo each other with Michelle's like, stop with the Ecamm, because she is such a PC person. She and one other person in my academy are like haters of Mac. But I love my Mac. I bought a Mac, I'm going to tell y'all this, specifically so that I could use Ecamm. Real. Thank you. I am Jason Allen. I appreciate that comment so much. Wow, I love it. So you didn't even think I was rambling? Because I was rambling tonight, but I appreciate you giving me. Now you're making me make sure that next time I come on, I'm on my A game, Jason. So I'm going to work on that and make sure I am. Yes. Gwen, if you have any questions whatsoever, if you got, you need some recommendations or referrals or references, definitely come and consider being a part of our Facebook group if you aren't already in there. The easiest way to get there is to go to streambosses.com, and it will take you directly into our group. It's called Live Streaming for Coaches in Facebook. I also have Stream Bosses Academy, which is currently closed to the public because we're doing some major upgrades. I'm so excited. We have literally mapped out a 12-month curriculum that I just introduced in our town hall earlier this week, a 12-month curriculum that will help anyone who's a community member to really become, in fact, they're going to get a certificate at the end, but really become adept at using live streaming content. I am on a mission to help service businesses in particular to really use live stream video to the fullest, because I think we are in such an excellent position to create interaction and conversation and engagement with other people. And right now, more than ever before, I'm going to get off my soapbox in a second, but right now, more than ever, we need to talk to each other. We need to communicate. We have got to stop hiding behind our computers and having keyboard courage to be mean and evil to each other. We have to create more conversations. And I believe that live streaming allows us to do this very effectively. And if you're a business owner, it's what you need. You need to communicate and have real relationships with the people who you're doing business with, whether they're going to be partners and collaborators or they're clients that are paying you or someone that you're paying, right, to do a service. I feel like having that live video interaction is so important because we can't be everywhere all the time. We can't. So I really, 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 really want to be better at serving you with live streaming content that's going to help you to learn how to leverage this type of video, this form of media yourself in such a way that it's going to grow your business and build your brand. But more importantly, it's going to create those deeper connections with the people who you need to connect with the most. So that's what we're doing. Yeah, Gwen, wherever you're watching this from, just come back because it'll be right there. I'm not pulling it down. This is my regular weekly live stream. I'm usually a lot more organized than I was tonight. I promise. Just go back and watch some of my other videos, more organized. But I hope that I was able to give you at least a few nuggets that will help you. So, all righty, y'all. Have an amazing rest of the week. I will fix things so that next week we have everything flying information. I found out that I was using something called the Rise Sleep app. I don't know if you've seen that, but the Rise Sleep app, if any of you are like me, oh, awesome. Charvette's community. I love it. Gwen, tell my girl what's up. I love her. That's my sister. Thank you, Michelle. And you too, Tatiana teaches. Oops, I didn't mean to pull that one up. Tatiana teaches. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for sharing that, for saying that. What was I going to tell you? Oh, I was using this Rise app. I'm going to say this and then I promise I'm going to log off. Because I need to track my sleep habits because I have not been sleeping. I think I have a bit of insomnia. I wake up at this weird time of morning and my brain just won't cut off. It's just like, hey, I've got this idea for you to go do this. And then I'll jump up and get on the computer, which I shouldn't have done. So I've been tracking that because you have to get good sleep in order to be healthy. Well, when I picked it up this morning and looked at the app, it said you have 36% energy level. You're operating at a very low energy level. And I thought, whoo, that's probably going to affect some things today. So I do feel like that lack of sleep may have affected me from being as on my game as I should be. But I will get some sleep over the weekend and I'll be back next week. Tuesday, we're going to do our 10-minute Tuesday tips video. Everybody seemed to enjoy the tip that I shared earlier this week. So definitely go and take a look at that if you haven't seen it already. And I'll have another one for you on Tuesday. And then we'll be back here Thursday for our engaging conversation and our regular live. And then we're going to have back-to-back Thursdays with special guests. I cannot wait. So I'm going to have John Lacey. I'm going to have Chris Davis. I'm going to have the Pam Perry is going to come into the house. She's going to talk about PR, public relations. Can't wait. So some exciting things that are coming up, and I cannot wait to share those with you, as well as, I almost forgot this, the live stream to leads course at the end of April, which will then reopen the doors to the Academy and will also make that course available to those of you who may want it and need it. It's going to be good. Okay, now for real, have a good night. And I will see you next time in the stream. If you got questions about anything we've covered tonight, leave them in the chat because I will come back and watch for your comments and make sure that I answer them if I can. All right, take care. You have a great week too. Take care, y'all, and I'll see you on Tuesday.